Welcome and thank you for joining us today for a presentation of the VCW project on the Portuguese company Receituarium that we've been developing and working with the key decision-making Rita Amador, the CEO of the company, for the past 12 weeks. We will present you the challenge that we propose to solve, as well as the ideas that we thought in order to create a solution that will generate value for the company. So this is our team. Composed by three elements, me, Irene, and Gonçalo. And here you can find our email addresses in case you want to clarify any question. We will be more than happy to answer. So to give you an overall idea of what this presentation will be about, of what we have been doing for the past 12 weeks. At the first meeting, we tried to find what was the problem with the company. So we asked Rita, the key decision maker, and she told us that there were high levels of employee absenteeism and it was negatively impacting both productivity and morale, and also decreasing motivation and leading to reduced engagement and performance. This decline was further compounded by increased turnover rates and recruitment costs. To address this challenge, we proposed implementing and developing new steps on the recruitment process, and additionally introducing motivation initiatives while the employee is already at the company. So we'll move now to phase 1, more precisely the phase 1A, the diagnostic, where we'll give you and describe you the company overview, the history of the company, their business model, their current recruitment process, employee costs and productivity, and also give you external analysis, SWOT analysis, TAUS analysis, and PESTEL analysis. So Receituarium was established in Peniche in 1996. It specializes in developing and manufacturing pre-cooked, ultra-frozen, refrigerated and canned products. Renowned for pioneering stuffed squid based on a cherished homemade recipe, the company's commitment to innovation and quality has earned the trust of domestic and international customers. Their customers are mainly wholesalers, such as Pingo Doce and Intermarché. So to better understand the situation regarding the recruitment process, the actual recruitment process of Receituarium, we give you a context slides about the process. So applications can be made through Facebook, apprenticeship company, and government agency for work. Rita will receive the CVs, select them, and then the selected candidates will proceed to interviews. The candidates that pass this phase will go to a trial of 1 month, where the managers of production will give, regarding the preparation, production line, and packaging, will give feedback to Rita, and Rita will decide to hire them or not. So here we have analysis about the current employee costs and productivity of the company. So there are 24 workers currently in Receituarium. Each worker represents a cost to the employer of 1,130 euros and receives monthly an average bonus of 115 euros. There's also regarding the missing days, where a worker averagely misses 3 days per month, this excluding vacation days, and monthly, regarding the total spendings, the company expends 24,354 euros with employees. Externally analyzing with the SWOT analysis, and starting with the strengths, we can see that the company has a diverse talent pool, different type of platforms, EFPs, CV delivers, Facebook groups, local groups, which can attract different kind of employment. Also, by implementing a trial period on the recruitment process, followed by structured contracts, provides clarity and stability, fostering commitment and productivity. Moving now to the weaknesses, the productivity gaps and instances of absenteeism suggest internal inefficiencies. High turnover rates result in increased recruitment and training costs, as well as potential disruption in operations, and also the missing of an HR department. There's opportunity of implementing new strategies to improve this inefficiency, which will enhance productivity and competitiveness, and also introducing initiatives such as employee recognition program, feedback mechanisms, and opportunities for career advancement, which can improve motivation and overall retention rates. Lastly, threats. There's the threat of attracting and retaining skilled labor, which may hinder efforts to improve productivity and efficiency, economic downturns or fluctuations, and also the employee turnover due to the competitive salary offer from other companies. So using the SWOT analysis, we performed a 1000 analysis to derive potential actions to exploit opportunities and mitigate threats. First, the maxi-maxi strategy, which combines the strengths and opportunities, is to implement measures to enhance human resources efficiency to capitalize on growth opportunities. Also utilize a diverse talent pool and structured contracts to implement robust employee retention programs, enhancing motivation and productivity. Now to maxi-minim strategy, which combines weakness and opportunities, is to use the diverse talent pool and structured contracts to develop targeted strategies for attracting and retaining skilled labor, mitigating the impact of competitive salary offerings. Thirdly, the mini-maxi strategy, the threats and strengths combined, is to address productivity gaps, absenteeism, and absence by implementing comprehensive HR systems and employee engagement initiatives, thereby enhancing productivity and competitiveness. Lastly, the mini-mini, which combines threats and weaknesses, is to mitigate the impact of high turnover rates and the absence of an HR department by implementing cost-effective retention strategies. To finish our external analysis, we assess the external environment with a pestle analysis to better understand the context and background of our challenges. Firstly, the political changes in labor laws or regulations regarding employment contracts and practices could affect how the company manages its workforce. Secondly, the economic. The company may face challenges in retaining skilled labor due to competitors offering higher salaries, leading to increased employee turnover. And economic downturns may impact the company's ability to invest in HR strategies. Socially, social attitudes towards employee recognition and career advancement initiatives may impact their effectiveness in motivating and retaining employees. In technology, advances in technology impact the effectiveness of recruitment platforms such as EFP, CV deliveries, and Facebook groups, affecting the company's ability to attract diverse talents. In environment, the company may face a challenge when implementing package redesign strategies to minimize material usage without compromising product quality or safety. And legal, the compliance with labor laws regarding employment contracts and practices is crucial for the company to avoid legal issues and ensure stability in its workforce. So moving now to phase 1B, the phase challenge, we will define it and validate the chosen challenge. To define the challenge, we perform the 5 whys framework. This framework consistently ask why in order to find the reason behind the challenge. So the company is not reaching its full production capacity. Why? Because during production available resources are not converted into products. Why this? Because not every worker produces the same outputs. Why? Because averagely each worker misses 3 days of work per month excluding vacation. And lastly, why? Because commitment and motivation to work exists and persists in Receituarium. So how can we make sure we have workers that produce, and how can we make sure they produce more outputs? We will adjust the recruitment process and start at the root of the problem. And additionally, we will implement motivation initiatives in order to keep the employees motivated and happy while working at Receituarium. Then we came with the challenge how to decrease the employee absence and improve motivation. So we decided to, before continuing with the project, to perform the following checks and validating the challenge with Rita. So firstly, is this a really a problem challenge? Yes, as it's impacting the company's productivity and the efficiency of usage of resources. How will it be the world, organization, society, you without solving that problem? An unaddressed inefficient recruitment process can lead to talent shortage, wasted potential, and missed opportunities for individuals, businesses, and society as a whole. Do we have access to the KDM who can validate the problem and implement the situation? Yes. Rita is responsible for the 3 M's, manpower, money, and minutes, and she's in constant contact with us. Can you involve them in the VCW process? Yes, we can. And after applying the 5 Whys framework, we found the origin of the problem, so we can move with the challenge. The last phase 1C, the expected KPIs, we will present to you the expected KPIs that we developed at the beginning of the project. Firstly, we'll talk about the team/key decision making related KPIs. Regarding key decision making, we plan to create a group chat where the key decision making is present and to schedule weekly meetings with them. The team dynamics, we propose a regular meeting at least once a week and to help each other and keep up the team spirit and to split tasks for at least the first 4 phases. Regarding the innovation value creation wheel, we propose to learning and deep understanding of the VCW tools and to well apply them throughout the project. Regarding deadlines, specific sections of the content provided on time and by every member. On the other hand, the company-related KPIs. We split them in 3, short-term, medium-term, and long-term. On the short-term, the first is to gather input from the key decision-making about the current hiring process of the company, to elaborate a survey destined for the company's employees to better understand the reasons for the hiring problem, to gather useful information on labor law in Portugal, and to develop a document with a set of possible ideas that could solve the hiring problem. In the medium term, was to calculate the total amount needed for the investment on this project and the creation of an HR tool adapted to the company. Lastly, in the long term, to increase company's productivity and efficiency levels and to improve retention rate of employees by more than 1 year. Here we have the expected engagement of the stakeholders. For this project, we delineated a limited number of stakeholders to engage with. Firstly, there's the key decision making, which we plan to involve in all phases and to be in permanent contact with Rita. Secondly, the workers that we plan to involve intensively during the phases 1 to 4. Thirdly, the production managers that we plan to involve them in phase 1 to 2. And the local community that we plan to involve in the phase 1 to better understand the lifestyle and the habits of the employees. So moving now to phase 2, we will firstly, through the phase 2A, the ideas, we'll come up with the potential ideas. Secondly, we will identify potential filters. And thirdly, through the poker method, we'll condense the set of filters to the required ones. So here we came up with potential ideas. We used primary data, the KDM and stakeholders, and the secondary data, the best practice, papers, online reports, database, etc. We're applying tools such as brainwriting, 635, brainstorming, and design thinking to some extent. We come up with 20 potential ideas. We start with create an HR team, introduce a new person that have responsibilities of the recruitment process, create a new recruitment process, each month a meeting with HR, feedback, surveys of motivation and productivity, the development of a screening process with required skills of employees, set up daily, weekly, and monthly goals of productivity, change remuneration, employee referral programs, create a career page, define ideal candidate, create a persona, use targeted recruitment channels, change internal communication, psychology sessions with employees, implement flexible scheduling options, behavioral assessment, offer competitive benefits, provide clear expectations on onboarding, free fruit and coffee, and recognition program. So here we will find the filters that we identified at the beginning of the project. So here are the potential filters and criteria that we identified. We collect them based on brainwriting, brainstorming, and secondary research. And we came with 24 filters: the available budget for workforce, technological advancement, availability of workers, number of managers to train, cost of the new employee, attendance background, background job skill experience, potential impact of idea, risk assessment, effectiveness, cost-effect ratio, implementable by KDM, easy of implementation, alignment with company values and culture, compliance with Portuguese employment laws, long-term sustainability, available budget for recruitment, integration with existing systems and processes, employment empowerment and participation of management, max production capacity, implementation time, if has the idea or similar project had already been executed, within available resources and capability, who enforces the new recruitment process. Now, on the last sub-phase of Phase 2, the Phase 2C purification of concepts, we'll explain which filters we kept, which filters we kill, and which filters we will multiply. So using the decision-making poker method, we condensate the set of filters to only the required ones. We decide to kill the filters: the risk assessment, effectiveness, alignment with company values and cultures, integration with existing systems and processes, employee empowerment and participation of managers, the within available resources and capability, and who enforces the new recruitment process. We decided to kill them because we thought that these filters were not good enough. To review, we decided the technological advancement, background, job, skills, experience, potential impact of the idea, ease of implementation time, if the idea or similar project already been executed, attendance background, availability of workers, max production capacity. These filters need further review, so we decided to put in this category. On the multiply category, the filters that we want to expand, this available budget for the workforce and available budget for recruitment. And the suitable and relevant filters for the project, the keep filters. There are the number of managers to train, the cost-effect ratio, the implementable by KDM, implementation time, long-term sustainability, the compliance with Portuguese employment laws, and the cost of the new employee.
Moving on to the third phase, where we access the selected ideas and purify the selected filters by ranking them according with its importance and the feasibility for further development. For the execution of this phase, after the KDM carefully analyzed ideas, we then move to focus on the selecting the most feasible and promising ideas for the further development. Moving on to the select of the criteria with the help of the KDM. Here, as you can see from the graphic, we stand on the fourth phase, where we initially developed the filters, then implemented the poker methods, and with the methods implemented, we asked for feedback for KDM, and with the engagement of the KDM feedback, we then select the final criteria, which is the filters for must have and nice to have. In the poker method, we have 4 stages. The first one being the kill ones, where we will not consider further filters to be implemented. The second filter will be the keep ones, where we will consider these filters as must have or nice to have. For the multiply phase, we will increase the potential ideas for the filter. And the last one being the review, where we will redefine the filters and its potential for further developments. To reach the final decision regarding which filters to use, the final filters will be ranked by its importance and weight. This is decided in accordance with the KDM and the group members. So after the poker method being implemented and the interaction of our KDM, we then select the best criteria and the best filters to be implemented for the value creation funnel. As you can see on our left, you we have the keep filters, where we first identify the initial filters that the KDM showed interests, and on the right table it shows the keep filters that were reviewed after the KDM feedback. As for the right tables, where we kill the filters, which were the filters that were not feasible or promising for further development. Moving on to the last phase of the access one, where we rank and weight the filters to be implemented. As you can see, from the filters that were initially developed by brainstorming, we gathered these 15 filters. The first 10 being the must-have filters, where the KDM and its feedback show that it has more importance to be must-have, and for the last 5 filters, it's considered to be the nice-to-have filters. So we gathered a total of 15 filters to implement it for the value creation funnel. Moving on to the fourth phase, the narrow one, where we will implement the value creation funnel with the help of our criteria and our filters. Then, with the value creation funnel, we will develop the concepts and the value proposition of the selected ideas, the final idea that will be implemented for our project. And as the final, we will then show you the prototypes that came with the selected ideas. So for the value creation funnel, we implemented the 12 ideas that were selected with the help of KDM, and rank the 10 must-have filters throughout the value creation funnel to identify the final idea. As you can see, from the last filter, the last must-have filter, we ended up with 6 selected ideas, where we needed to funnel even more. So moving on to the next slides, where we implemented the MCDA, the multi-criteria decision analysis, to further confirm our value creation funnel results. For this MCDA, for this multi-criteria decision analysis, we implemented the nice-to-have filters, meaning the last 5 filters to be implemented, and ended up with an attractiveness sum. Due to the high attractiveness sum of all the ideas, excluding the fourth idea, which was excluding the daily, weekly, and monthly goals of productivity, 2 clusters were formed in order to address the challenge. Moving on to the concept and value proposition of these 2 cluster ideas that we implemented, we ended up with these 2 cluster ideas. The first one being the creation of a new recruitment process, and the second one being the motivation initiatives. For the first one, we introducing a more rigorous assessments and challenging interviews in the recruitment process ensures, and we expect to ensure a better alignment between candidates and the company culture, leading to higher job satisfaction and loyalty. This, throughout the evaluation, helps secure employees who are well suited to their roles, fostering a stronger sense of engagement and commitment, ultimately improving retention rates and reducing turnover in the long run. As for the motivation initiatives idea, by prioritizing employee well-being, recognition, and goal alignment, with these initiatives, organization can cultivate a sense of purpose and belonging among their workforce, leading to higher levels of commitment, satisfaction, and productivity. In this way, we expect that the motivation initiatives play a pivotal role in shaping the overall success and effectiveness of an organization, driving performance and achieving shared goals. Moving on to the last phase of the narrow, where we show you the prototype ideas for these two cluster ideas that we showed you. As for the first one, the definition of ideal candidates, where we want to predict the impact of defining the ideal candidates. For these aspects, as we define these four, the candidates on these four categories, from the core competencies, the adaptability and flexibility, the physical abilities, and the other skills, the company can streamline the recruitment process by focusing of efforts on candidates who closely match the desired profile. This will also improve candidate sourcing and selection strategies, as well as enhancing the candidate's experience by ensuring alignment with their expectations and career goals. As for the career page, this idea will be an implementation of the website of the company. We want to implement a user-friendly interface where the candidates and the people who want to candidate for the company has a more comprehensive list of opening with detailed descriptions. The application will also have a submission layout for the CVs, and the company um, might predict the impact of the streamlined process, the enhanced experience, and the improved tracking. Moving on to the behavioral assessments, where these four questions will be present on the first interview with Rita and aims to evaluate candidates' soft skill, personality traits, and suitability for the role that are being asked by the company. This assessment will provide insights into how candidates may behave and interact in various workplace scenarios. As you can see, we have 8 core questions ranging from the teamwork, following instructions, time management, safety awareness, communication, adaptability, attention to detail, and as the final work ethic. Moving on to the interviews, where we select and implement a first and a second interview. The first one being the initial screening to evaluate the candidates, qualifications, experience, and initial fit for the role. This interview will be conducted by Rita, and the duration is typically around 30 minutes to 1 hour. This interview is structured by initially the review of the CV of the candidates, where they discuss about the candidates' work history, education, and skills. Then they can also discuss the skill assessments, where the KDM as well as the candidate can present the evaluation of key skills and competencies relevant for the role that is being asked for the company. As for a preliminary discussion, the Rita can also explore of candidates' career goals, motivation, and fits within the organization requires, and it can finish with a Q&A session of giving the candidates opportunity to ask questions about the role and company. As for the second interview, after the month of the trial, being the company, this interview will be an in-depth assessment to further evaluate the candidate's capabilities, personality, and cultural alignments for the company to understand if these candidates as all it takes to be hired to do the job. This interview will also be conducted by Rita, but with the feedback of the two managers of the company. The duration of this interview typically would last from range 1 to 2 hours. This interview will also be more a detailed experience exploration, an in-depth discussion of candidates' relevant experience, accomplishments, and challenges. Will also be a discussion about behavioral and situation questions, as for the cultural fit assessment, evaluation, and filter the team's organizational culture. With these two interviews, we expect to predict the impacts throughout an assessment of the candidates, the improve of candidate selection during the recruitment process, and the enhance candidate experience, an opportunity for clarification for the candidates that are being uh, candidate for the role that is on the table. Uh, will also predict the reduced hiring risks, uh, confirmation of candidate interests, and as for the last impact, a deeper evaluation of behavioral competencies. Moving on to the surveys of motivation and productivity. For the satisfaction survey, we expect to access overall employee satisfaction with their job, work environment, and company policies. And as for the productivity and workflow survey, we expect to gather feedback on productivity levels, workflow efficiency, and potential areas for improvements in the production process. Moving on to productivity goals, we with our TDM, we understand that the productivity goals were not present in the awareness of the employees. By that, we come up with the solution enhancing the transparency in communication bonus, linked goals through posters in the factory walls, for fostering accountability, motivation, and alignment among employees, ultimately driving improved performance and organization success. Meaning that the posters that are already on the walls of the company, um, the values are not updated. So the idea is to every month update the values that are being input for the employees be more aware of these goals. Moving on to the recognition program, by implementing these two awards, employees will be motivated to excel in their production tasks, leading to increased productivity, efficiency, and quality within the company's manufacturing process. This initiative will help fostering a culture of continuous improvement and recognition within the production department, contributing to overall company success. With this idea, we want to, from the goals of punctuality and production, we want to implement the month awards where we recognition the employee of the month by giving away a basket of goods or even a voucher that will be motivated for the well-being of the employee of the month. Moving on to the last idea, which is the fruits and coffee provisioning, we want to every workday employees will receive 2 coupons each at the start of their shift. These coupons can be redeemed anytime during the day for one piece of fruits and one capsule of coffee. As you can see on the figure, this idea will be mostly for the coffee break, where they from to, since they have two breaks, one for the morning and one for the afternoon, they can also use these coupons to either consume or grab it and take it home for their families. These initiatives, this idea will encourage employees to partake in the initiative throughout regular communication and reminders about the availability of fruits and coffee, meaning that the absence of the work will be mitigated. As for the care, we expect that the company demonstrates care by provision the coffee and the fruits every day, fostering then a satisfaction and camaraderie among employees. As for the last key factor, We also know that nutrition, snacks, and caffeine spur focus and efficiency, amplifying task performance and outputs, meaning that the productivity should be expected to increase.
Let's get to the final phase, the phase 5, that is about acting. We will have the 3 M's and business model, the test and KPIs evaluation, the implementation, and the control. Starting from the manpower, an aspect of the 3 M's, the division underscores the human element that drives our operation and innovation. Internally, our structure is steered by the CEO and the founder, who is the visionary force propelling the implementation of new initiatives and offering a strategic direction. Additionally, we have the accountable and experienced worker designed to guide new employees through their trial month. Looking externally, our success hinges on a network of specialist partnership. Our quality engineer is an external role, bringing expertise to guarantee our production's quality and essential training of our workforce. Collaboration with software developer and application platform providers enables us to stay ahead in the technology, ensuring our systems are cutting edge, customized and responsive to our needs. Lastly, our relationship with food and beverage suppliers exemplify our commitment by nurturing our workforce. Now we are speaking about My Minute, a detailed timeline that outlines the key tasks and initiatives as part of our business model, emphasizing the meticulous planning that propels our operation. As you can see on the slide, we have a clear roadmap that guides us from May through August 2024. We kick off with defining the ideal candidate profile, a foundation step that ensures we attract the right talent to drive our goals forward. This process is meticulously planned to take 2 weeks, allowing us to set precise criteria that aligns with our organizational values and objectives. Simultaneously, work on our application platform begins setting the stage for a robust recruitment process. This platform is not just a tool for applications, but a reflection of our commitment to innovation and efficiency. Moving forward, we conduct behavioral assessments. These assessments are crucial as they help us understand the intrinsic motivations and potential culture fits our candidates beyond what's on paper. It's a month-long process that allows for a comprehensive evaluation of our candidates. Interviews will follow with a careful allocation of time, ensuring that both of the candidates and our team have ample opportunity to engage in meaningful dialogue. This process spans over 2 months, reflecting our dedication to a thorough selection process. Our survey of motivation will run concurrently as we continuously seek to understand and enhance our team's morale. These surveys are attestments that our commitment to fostering a work environment that not only meets but exceeds our team expectation. We have also set precise productivity goals to ensure that our strategic objective met with efficiency and effectiveness, and by June we will see these goals begins to translate into measurable outcomes. Our recognition program is set to launch in June, a clear indication of our culture of appreciation and a knowledge of hard work. It's our way of saying thank you and we see you out to our team. Lastly, we understand that little things matter. That's why we have food and coffee initiatives starting in mid-June to ensure our team to feel filled and ready to excel. These details that concrete an environment where employees feel valued and motivated. In our budget allocation, we've carefully distributed resources to optimize our recruitment and motivation strategies. Here's is how we have divided our budget. The application platform, investing in a user-friendly and efficient application platform to attract top talent and streamline the recruitment process. And we invested in €500. Behavioral platform implementing behavioral assessment tools to evaluate candidates fit for the organization and ensure alignment with our culture and values. Interviews, allocating resources to comprehensive interview processes, including panel interviews, behavioral interviews, and technical assessment. The survey of motivation, conducting survey to understand employee motivation, satisfaction, and engagement levels allows us to tailor our strategy accordingly. Productivity goal, setting clear productivity goals and target to motivate employees and drive performance improvement across the organization. The recognition program, establish a recognition program to acknowledge and reward employees for their contributions, fostering a culture of appreciation and positivity. The food and beverage, providing food and beverage, augmenting the enhance employee satisfaction, well-being, and overall workplace experience. Overall, we can understand that the main budget where we have allocated are the application platform and the recognition program. Now we will continue with the business model. We start from the key partners that are suppliers of frozen and canned of food production, the distribution partner of reaching wholesaler and restaurants, and the sustainability sourcing partners for responsible consumption and production practices. Then we will take about the key activities that are the sourcing and procurement of frozen and canned food of products, the quality control and food safety measures, and distribution of logistic management. The key resources are frozen and canned food inventory, production facilities and equipment, distribution network, sustainable sourcing partner, and skilled workforce. The value proposition of the company is the high quality frozen and canned food products, commitment to responsible consumption and production, reliable supply chain and distribution network, and customized solution for wholesalers and restaurants. The consumer relationship is personalized by service and support. It's a long-term partnership based on trust and reliability, collaboration and sustainability initiative. The channels where they work is direct sales to wholesaler and restaurants, distribution through partners and intermediaries, online platform for order placement and communication. And the customer segments are the wholesalers in the food industries and business commitment to sustainability practice and responsible resourcing. The cost structure is based on cost of goods sold for procuring frozen and canned food production, the production and manufacturing costs, the distribution and logistics expenses, the costs associated with sustainability initiatives, the employee salaries and operational experience. The revolutionary revenue stream is based on sale revenue from frozen and canned food products, the potentially premium pricing for sustainability, responsibility source products, and the revenue from value-added service such as customized solution consulting. Now we move forward to the test and KPI evaluation. When we started our project, we take on control these KPIs that we divided in short term, medium term, and long term. And then we understand now in the final act that these are our new important KPIs, that they are still divided in short, medium, and long term. The short term is based on the daily and weekly productivity goals being reached, like the absence of employees measured by a motivational survey. Then the medium term, it's based on client satisfaction feedback through their website of the company and the estimate cost of operational process optimized it, and the long-term is based on long-term KPIs is based on increased brand awareness and the impact of the market that the network through operates other companies to achieve partners development new. We move forward to the implementation and control. The next steps to get the project started is necessary to find a web developer in order to implement the website application and the career page. This will automatically improve the number of candidates as well as the brand awareness. Then we have the importance of the building and the gather feedback through the surveys of motivation and productivity. The company will have a better perspective of the employee. Afterwards, it's important to adjust the current recruitment process to the new prototype. In this way, company will get a more restricted and high-value process that not only filters the candidates but also define the capabilities of them. Afterwards, all the processes we have been implemented. An important step to mitigate employee absence are the motivation initiative. Implementing these keys will improve the awareness and responsibility of each employment of the company. In the final step, the project outputs and managerial implication. It is essential to implement motivation initiative and new recruitment process to retain the current and the upcoming employees in the company. The key factor that should improve would be mitigation of employee absence from working, human resource from more motivated and productive, production goal being reached. Then, in a further stage of implementation, human resource would increase company productivity, therefore will be an increase its size. Some key factors: increase the number of teams that company, increase production process maintaining its quality, increase in market target, increase in products being produced. And moving forward, we have planned to develop new products that are tailored to the requirement of our expanding customer base. This phase will also consider our future market goals and partnership, enabling us to stay ahead on the competition and continue providing exceptional value clients. The theoretical implications outside VCW are primarily the individual writing in group and interviews with the KDM, and secondary the product-based competitor, Receituarium private documents, online articles. Then we used a lot of frameworks and templates such as SWOT analysis, TOWS analysis, PESTEL analysis, the 5 whys, the poker method, the value creation funnel, the 3Ms, the business model canvas. And then the theoretical implication within VCW is the use of value creation wheel as a meta framework to incorporate various framework and template involved by key decision makers through the whole process. VCW provides a holistic view of Receituarium by identifying opportunities to create value while leveraging unique resources and capabilities. It highlights the role leadership in fostering culture and value creation, promoting learning, development, and aligning the organizational toward common purpose. Thanks to VCW, we have implemented the communication during the project, the key source of progress and avoidance of misunderstanding. The regular meetings and feedback are necessary. Controversial discussion is necessary to find the best output. The understanding different points in view, implementing different skills and experiences. Advance of a meta framework enables a flexible approach to solving problems. The VCW gives a guideline with a clear structure which help project teams and KDM find a path of problem solving. Simultaneously, the VCW provides flexibility in terms of applying only the necessary different frameworks of the work. Connecting theory and practical issues, application of the framework and theoretical background, considering the problem and practical issues of the project and relations internal and external. Finally, this is our poster that we have created resuming all the project we have just said and represent. Thank you for the attention and for the opportunity to our company Receituarium.